Hi everyone, this is Ravi, and in today's video I'm going to share the revised version of the ultrasonic waterproof water level sensor or the salt tank level sensor, which is now truly wireless and is powered by solar panel. So this contains a lithium-ion battery which is charged by this solar panel during the daytime, and during the nighttime there's a 2000 mAh battery, 3.7 volts, and that powers the entire circuitry during the night time. And in that way, this runs 24 by 7 and you can install it anywhere. It does not need a constant power supply like the earlier version we built. And this is truly wireless. We have installed external antenna for a good range. So this way we can achieve a good Wi-Fi range because we were having some trouble because tanks are usually installed at the top of the building or underground or little far away from the home. And to make sure that we get maximum power out of the solar panel, we installed a MPPT module that ensures that whatever power is generated from the solar panel is directly and efficiently converted into power to charge the battery during the daytime. Now, this is a 1.1 watt panel, and there are more efficient panels which are available now. This is a very fairly old panel for which I have designed this casing also, and this fits really well into this. So without any further ado, let's get started with this video and let me show you how I built it and how you can build it and connect to your home assistant to have this beautiful card inside it, and you can have the real-time water level details and graphs and charts. So let's get started. Now to build this project, you need a lithium ion cell, 2000 mAh or larger than that, antenna, external Wi-Fi antenna, a MPPT module like this. This is very cheap module and it works really well for 6-volt panel. You will also need a ESP32 or ESP8266 microcontroller, and we will also need a solar panel and of course the ultrasonic sensor, which is a waterproof sensor to ensure that these are protected from the external environment because we'll be installing this module or this device in the external environment. So we need to make sure that these are waterproof. For that, we have already designed our case in a way that it's tightly sealed, but we will also use the nail polish to make sure that the circuitry is protected from the moisture. And we will also put up a silica gel pouch inside the casing to keep away the little bit of moisture creates inside the case. So it will take care of that and it will protect the circuitry from any corrosion or damage. And this is very important. And why I'm saying nail polish? Because I've tested this. I mean, you can watch the previous video where I've shown you the open product which was installed outside for like 6 months and it survived and it worked really well. This is the updated version of that. It was installed outside. I've tested it. That's why it looks a bit dirty, not clean. Apologies for that. But all the projects that I'm going to show you, you can install in production environment and make most of it. So first, let's flash the firmware. The details are given in the earlier video, but we are going to repeat it quickly. So all you have to do is change a few details, which includes the Wi-Fi address, the MQTT details. If you have Home Assistant and you plan to integrate this in Home Assistant like I did, you need to make sure that you set up MQTT in Home Assistant and then enter those details here. Next, you can enter the tank details, which is tank height and the capacity. And then you need to define the trigger and the echo pin of your ultrasonic sensor. Now, if you are using ESP32C3 Super Mini like I'm doing, you don't need to change pin, but you can always change them. You can use any of the pins available on your microcontroller, whether it's ESP32 or ESP8266 based, any module. And by the way, I've updated this code. This is better than the previous version. And once this is done, you can select your board, COM port, and then press the Control U or go to Sketch and click on Upload. And this will flash the firmware on your microcontroller. Once this is done, next we need to connect everything together. And this is very easy. You can follow this diagram to connect everything. I'm just going to show you quickly how it's done. And once everything is connected, you will see that when I'm putting the light on the solar panel, the red light or the charging light on the MPPT module starts glowing. And this MPPT charger has protection, like it will charge your 3.7 volt lithium cell to 4.2 volts. And once this is charged, it will stop charging. but it won't protect it from discharging completely. So whatever cell you use, make sure the BMS on the cell is installed. So the cell that I bought, you can see it's wrapped in shrink wrap and it comes with BMS. So this is very important. Otherwise, this circuitry will discharge your battery completely, which may damage it. So make sure you use a battery which comes with BMS. Once everything is connected, we are going to put it together. You can find all the links of the products that I've used and the 3D file that I've used in the description. I've designed it myself. It wasn't that easy. I've never done that, but I've learned 3D designing and I'm still learning, and I'm going to create more such projects where I'll be sharing original files with you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video if you like my effort. And once this is all packed together, you can install it in your tank like I have done. So I have used some resin glue to make sure that the ultrasonic sensor stays at its place at the center of the tank cap. And I've taken out the wire from the top of it using a small hole and connected it to this wireless waterproof ultrasonic water level sensor, or if you're going to install it in your salt tank, this is going to work perfectly fine. Now, if you are a home assistant user, you can install this card. The details are given in the description. It's very easy. All you have to do is make sure MQTT is set up and you add this code in the mqtt.yaml file. And once that is done, you can install this card and then add this card in your dashboard, and that's it. Now you can track the historical data like what was the status yesterday, today, or last 15 days, or like whatever you have set up, you can see that history, like water levels usage in real time. And once this is set up with Home Assistant, you can set up advanced automation. For example, you can set up automation where Alexa tells you that the tank is full, or tank is half, or tank is 75% now, or 25% now. So Alexa will tell you. So yeah, this was all in this video. I hope you liked this project. And if you did, make sure you subscribe again if you want more such videos. We are going to work on HomeKit automation also. I just bought Apple TV just because I wanted to show you how you can create an ecosystem like smart switches and sensors using Arduino and these ESP32 chips to create smart switches, sensors like contact sensor, occupancy sensors, temperature and humidity sensor, and these integrates really well with your HomeKit ecosystem. So if you are one of those who use Apple ecosystem, you have HomePod, you have Apple TV, you can control these devices wirelessly within your home locally. And also if you are outside, you can still control it. So it acts as a hub. So I'll be creating more videos on that. Make sure you subscribe and keep watching. This was all in this video. Thank you everyone. Have a great day.